and picking all the grapes. They let people come in and pick them by hand. And since we live next door, my wife, kids got out there and picked a bunch of grapes. My wife got busy one day and made juice out of all of them. And when she had the stuff left over, she put it in a black plastic bag. When she was all through, she set it on the doorstep in front where the sun was shining right on it, and told my boys, get rid of those grape stuff, get them out of there, don't want them on the front step. They sat there for a week, and can you imagine how much fermentation there would be in that in a week with that hot sun shining? Well, finally they took it out, put it beside the pasture fence. I went out to milk that night, and I should have known something was wrong because the nose of my cow was all purple. When I put the grain in where I generally put it, she went. Couldn't even lift her tongue up in her mouth. So I went ahead and started milking. I always took a bucket of warm water out and washed her off. And I got through washing her off, and I sat there and went, holy cow. Well, I looked down in there and the foam was white. I moved it away and the milk was purple. And it smelled just like wine. No kidding.
You didn't drink it.
The cow did.
I would have saved it for you.
I don't drink milk. Never have.
Finished milking her out,
Drink tank.
let her go, and she went. Normally she would just go out real fast. I had to push her out the door, and she, in the meantime, I had to move the sack way away.
Chocolate milk or strawberry almost made me gag.
I took the milk out, set it on the table, or on the counter, and my wife, I said, smell that. She went, what is wrong? I told her, and I went out and gave it to the pigs, and it didn't bother them, they loved it.
They love it.
Pigs will eat anything and can eat anything.
You know that.
The next morning I went out to milk, and she was standing out in the pasture, well actually over by the fence, with her head still hanging down.
She had a hangover.
I'm sure she had a massive headache. And she didn't want the grain, she didn't want anything, but she wanted that sack again. She was still pushing against the fence trying to get what was left of that sack. And that's my drunken cow story.
That is funny.
I remember Keith saying there was this just like staggering drunk cow.
I was down in Arizona one time when I found one of these porcelain wine bottle holders that you put on the wherever, and I bought it, gave it to my son in Idaho Falls because he milked that cow a lot, and he bought a bottle of Martinelli's and put in there, and I've still got that same bottle of Martinelli's in that wine holder.